Chris Sewall here, baseball card collector, investor, dealer in that order. Welcome everyone. Going to look at the early 1990s here, the most valuable baseball cards from that era. Like that 80s video I put out a week or two ago, I hadn't done an early 90s countdown video in about 9 months or so, so I figured it's time for an update. We're actually going to split this one into two lists for this video, two lists for the price of one. First, look at the top 20 base cards, and then look at the top 10 non-base cards, basically inserts, parallels, and errors. We'll start with the top 20 base cards using average recent sales in a PSA 10, major brands only, and each player can only appear once. But let's get to it. The top 20 most valuable base cards from the early 1990s. Starting us off at number 20 is Chipper Jones, rookie year 1991. You can see three of his rookies there, the score, the tops, and the upper deck. The tops actually has some extremely expensive parallels, one of which we'll see on the second list in this video, but his most valuable base card is actually his 1991 Bowman. In a PSA 10, the card currently sells for about $118. Next up is Larry Walker, recent Hall of Fame inductee, and like Chipper Jones, won an MVP. His rookie year is 1990. You can see three of his rookies there, Fleer, tops, and upper deck. He has something like 7 or 8 rookies in all, but the most valuable is the all-important Leaf from the 1990 Leaf set. We'll actually see another card from this set coming up later in the list, but this Larry Walker here in a PSA 10 currently goes for around $120. Number 18 is Trevor Hoffman. Hoffman's one of a small handful of Hall of Famers post-1980 who have exactly one and only one true rookie card. You're looking at it there, 1992 Bowman. That's the only one he's got. He gets overlooked at times since he played at the same time as Mariano, Rivera, generally considered the greatest reliever of all time. But you could make the case that Hoffman is the second greatest, or certainly top 5. Given that and the fact that he only has the one true rookie, I think PSA 10s are a little undervalued at $138. Next up is another reliever, Billy Wagner. Wagner's not in the Hall of Fame, although he's getting enough votes to project that he'll probably get in eventually. I guess that's not a guarantee, but his rookie cards are from 1994. You're looking at his Collector's Choice, Bowman's Best, and his Upper Deck. His most valuable rookie is the SP. As I mentioned in the beginning, the 1993 and 1994 SP cards are in PSA 10s are wildly inflated values because the pop counts are so low. So here we're looking at a PSA 9 value, and this card still sells for $145 in a PSA 9. Next up is another SP card. This one's from 1993, the first year of SP, and it's Johnny Damon in his only rookie card, 1993 SP. Damon's not in the Hall of Fame. He's almost surely never going to make it in, although he had a very relevant career with Kansas City, Boston, and New York Yankees. He actually got pretty close to 3,000 hits. So his only rookie card here, again, is heavily inflated because of the highly condition-sensitive SP set. PSA 9 values fetching $147. Next up is Jorge Posada, rookie year 1994. He's only got 2 rookies. You're looking at him there, the Bowman and the Bowman's Best. Posada is also not in the Hall of Fame and probably never will be, but he was a 5-time All-Star and a very significant contributor to those the great Yankee teams of the late 1990s, which won 4 World Series. His more valuable of the 2 rookies is the Bowman. You'll need $160 if you want to pick one of these up in a PSA 10. Next up is Manny Ramirez, a guy whose numbers easily put him in the Hall of Fame, but PEDs for now are keeping him out. Rookie year 1992, he's got a bunch. You're looking at the Donruss, the rookies, Bowman foil, and the tops. I was actually pretty surprised that the Bowman foil there in the middle was not the most valuable rookie card he's got, but it's actually his 1992 Pinnacle, which currently fetches around $173 in a PSA 10. Next up is Posada's teammate with the Yankees, Andy Pettitte, who only has 1 rookie card, 1993 Bowman. Pettitte sort of had a borderline Hall of Fame career, but like Ramirez, PEDs are keeping him out of the conversation for now. PSA 10 values of his only rookie card here, currently going for about $196. Jeff Kent comes in at number 12. He's our 6th consecutive player on the list who's not in the Hall of Fame for whatever that's worth, but Kent actually has a pretty decent shot of eventually getting in. He actually owns a pretty significant record, which is he has the most career home runs of any second baseman in Major League history. His rookie cards from 1992, there's the Donruss, the rookies, the Pinnacle, and the score traded. The most valuable is from his Fleer update, which was a pretty rare set for a set from 1992. PSA 10 copies currently going for over $200, $211 average recent sales to be exact. Bo Jackson has our first non-rookie card to make the list. Bo Jackson, of course, very famous and popular player, two-sport athlete, played both baseball and football, and was a star in both, playing in both an All-Star game and an NFL Pro Bowl. Some of his early baseball cards, 1990 Leaf, 1991 Stadium Club, and 1993 Finest. But his most famous baseball card from the era is the 1990 Score Football Baseball, where he's got the baseball bat and wearing his shoulder pads. PSA 10 is currently going for $238. That card's shot way up. I also really like the back of this card, which simply writes Bo. Breaking our streak of non-Hall of Famers is Ivan Rodriguez. Certainly one of the top two greatest catchers of the 1990s, if not number one. Rookie cards are from 1991. He has a bunch. There's the Donruss the Rookies, the Ultra Update, and the Upper Deck Final Edition. His most valuable of all is the 1991 Bowman. PSA 10 copies of this card currently sell for around $248. Another Hall of Fame rookie from 1991 comes in at number 9. Jeff Bagwell, who played his entire career for Houston and won an MVP. And those are some of his rookies there. Fleer Update, Tops Traded, and Ultra Update. His most valuable rookie is just like that Ivan Rodriguez 1991 Bowman. Very similar price to the Ivan Rodriguez. Recent sales have averaged $252 of PSA 10s. The Big Hurt, Frank Thomas, rookie year 1990. That's the height of the junk wax era. So some of his rookie cards aren't worth as much as they might otherwise be. You can see 3 of them there: Bowman, Score, and Tops, which are all could be had for a couple dollars raw. But his most valuable is the iconic Leaf, 1990 Leaf Frank Thomas. This was one of the hottest cards in all the hobby for much of the 1990s. Today, a PSA 10 copy will cost you about $256. The Kid, Ken Griffey Jr., whose rookie year is actually 1989, so he does not have rookie cards from the 1990s, but he does have the 1990 Leaf, 1991 Stadium Club, and 1993 SP. But his most valuable base card from the early 90s is from the all-important 1993 Finest set. This is not just the first year ever for Finest, but it's also the first set of any kind to ever feature refractors, which are obviously still a big staple of the hobby today. The base card here in a PSA 10 will cost you over $300. Next up at number 6 is Mike Piazza, who I guess along with Ivan Rodriguez would be the other consideration for best catcher of the 1990s. Piazza was a very late round draft pick, so he doesn't have a lot of rookies, just 2 here. 1992 Bowman and 1992 Fleer Update. I like the Jeff Kent. The 1992 Fleer Update is a very, very rare set, so this card is the more valuable of the two, coming in at $347 current market value. Along with Bo Jackson and Ken Griffey Jr., Nolan Ryan has our third and final non-rookie card in the top 20. Nolan Ryan's rookie is 1968, so these are very late in his career. The 90 Leaf, the 91 Stadium Club, and the 93 SP. 91 Stadium Club in the middle there is a pretty cool card. He's in his pitching windup while wearing a tuxedo, but his most valuable, like the Ken Griffey Jr., is from the all-important 1993 Finest set. PSA 10 values going for over $400 today. Next up is the only player to ever be unanimously voted into the Hall of Fame, Mariano Rivera, in his rookie card, 1992 Bowman. That's in fact his only rookie card. You can see he's in street clothes there, and he looks like he's about 15 years old or so. The only rookie card of the greatest reliever of all time in a PSA 10 holder will currently run you just short of $700 today. Next up is a player who never actually made the majors, 0 appearances at the major league level, but he was pretty good in another sport. Michael Jordan, who switched from basketball to give baseball a try for a couple of years. He's got a couple of baseball rookies, all Upper Deck brands, as Upper Deck had exclusive rights to all things Michael Jordan. A Collector's Choice, UD Fun Pack, and the Upper Deck there. The most valuable of his baseball rookie cards is the Upper Deck, $705 for a PSA 10 today. That card is really shot way, way up over the last year or so. Down to the final 2 here. Number 2 is A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez, who has one of the most impressive careers of all time, but obviously the numbers are heavily tarnished by PEDs. Rookie year was 1994. He was actually a first overall draft pick, so he was a big-time prospect coming up, and some of his rookies there, the Fleer Update, and the Upper Deck. But his most valuable base rookie card by far is the 1994 SP. Using PSA 9 values, it comes in around $765. Just to give you an idea, PSA 10 copies of this card, which are very low pop counts, run around 20 grand. And the most valuable base card from the early 1990s comes from Derek Jeter, who is one of the most popular players of the last generation. Rookie year is 1993. I think he has 8 official rookie cards. 3 of them there are the Pinnacle, the Tops, and the Upper Deck. But the most valuable is arguably the most iconic baseball card from the 1990s, his 1993 SP. And like we've talked about, this one is extremely condition sensitive. PSA 9 copies of this card sell for $14,500. PSA 10s, of which I think there's only about 20. One recently sold for close to $500,000. All right, so that's it for our top 20 most valuable base cards. Let's check out our top 10 most valuable non-base cards, basically inserts, parallels, and errors from 1990 to 1994. Slightly different set of rules for this one, as many of these cards are so rare that there are no completed recent sales of them in any grade, let alone a PSA 10. So basically just estimating the values here using the SMR guide and any completed sales that I could find. Best guess sort of for current PSA 10 values. Again, major brands only, and this time only each set can only appear once. Players are free to appear as many times as they want. So with that being said, let's take a look at some honorable mentions real quick. These are just 8 cards that I thought were pretty significant that finished just outside the top 10. The Thomas and the Griffey in the upper left, those are both Tiffany parallels. The Reggie Jackson autograph, that's actually the first ever pack-inserted autograph in any sport, 1990 Upper Deck, pretty cool. Derek Jeter Topps Gold, my boy Cal in the lower left, his 1992 Elite autograph. The 94 Bowman's Best Derek Jeter Refractor down on the bottom middle there. That card could easily be in the top 10. There's just no completed sales, and the SMR guide had it pretty low, but there are asking prices on eBay of that card in a PSA 10 in well into the 5 figures. Don't know if one would ever fetch that, but perhaps. Alex Rodriguez Gold Signature and a nice looking Michael Jordan Hollow View die cut red from 1994 SP. But let's get going with the actual top 10, and coming in at number 10 is Nolan Ryan, 1991 Upper Deck Heroes Nolan Ryan autograph. You can see it was serial numbered out of 2,500 before they started stamping serial numbers on card. They hand wrote the serial numbers. Feel bad for whoever's job that was. But remember I mentioned the 1990 Reggie Jackson was the first ever pack inserted autograph. Well, this is 1991, so just 1 year later. And Nolan Ryan was a more popular player than Reggie Jackson, so this card is more valuable. In a PSA 10, tough to say what it would sell for today, but I would estimate it around $3,500. Number 9 is from the 1994 Finest Refractor set. 1993 Finest is the first year of refractors, but 1994 obviously the second. 94 Finest has no key rookies. There's no Alex Rodriguez. That would have been a big money card if there was an Alex Rodriguez rookie Finest Refractor here. But the major stars are the big money cards from the set. Frank Thomas, Cal Ripken, Barry Bonds, for example. But the most valuable of all the stars is the kid Ken Griffey Jr., 1994 Finest Refractor PSA 10 copy. Would currently cost you probably around $4,000 today. 1991 Donruss Elite was in some ways the first ever, high-end insert ever put into packs. They were serial numbered out of 10,000. That seems like a lot for today's standards, but for 1991, that was an extremely rare card. And some of the cards were even serial numbered less. The Ryan Sandberg autograph on the right was serial numbered to 5,000, and the Nolan Ryan in the middle 7,500. But every other card from the set serial numbered to 10,000. The most valuable card from this set is Barry Bonds, a PSA 10 copy of this card, which again is serial numbered to 10,000, but has a very low pop count because of tough condition-sensitive corners and edges. $4,100 is the estimated PSA 10 value today. Number 7 is an easily missed parallel. 1993 Upper Deck, Derek Jeter rookie, but this is the gold hologram version. If you look on the back of the card in the lower left, the hologram sort of has a gold tint to it. That's unlike the usual silver. Now, these are extremely rare, actually. They're inserted one in every 15 factory sets, and they were not available in any pack. So only about 1% of all the copies that exist are the gold hologram version. PSA 10 copy of the gold hologram version today, estimated value at $4,400. Check out this triple autograph card, 1992 Score the Franchise, triple auto, Stan Musial, Mickey Mantle, and Carl Yastrzemski. Awesome. I mean, what a card. These cards often came with all sorts of condition issues. You can see the one in the picture here is basically corner nicks at all 4 corners, which was very common. And the autographs were often sort of smeared or sort of sloppy, although the autographs in this one are more or less okay. There hasn't been a PSA 10 copy sale of this card in a long time. a number of years, and it's really hard to know what it would sell for today. We're going to estimate it at $10,000, but that actually could very well be very low. I guess we'll have to wait and see until another one comes up for sale on the open market. Number 5 comes from a set we've mentioned a few times here now, 1993 Finest Refractors, and it's the first set to ever feature refractors of any kind from any brand. 1993 Finest, like 94 Finest, just did not have any rookie cards of note. Imagine if Derek Jeter was in this set. That would be, who knows what that would be. But the big money cards are the big stars. Roger Clemens, Nolan Ryan, and Mike Piazza, for example. And the most valuable, like 1994, is the Kid. Ken Griffey Jr., PSA 10 copy today would probably cost you around $11,500. 1991 Topps Desert Shield is a cool set. 1991 Topps is the height of the junk wax era, so this set is massively overproduced. But Topps released a very rare parallel with the Topps, the gold Desert Shield logos stamped there on the top. You can see them on this Bo Jackson, Ken Griffey Jr., and Don Mattingly card. And they're only distributed to troops fighting in Iraq for the Persian Gulf War. So again, very, very rare card, and very few of them sort of survived the test of time. There's a key rookie card in 1991 Topps, and that's Chipper Jones. His Desert Shield card in a PSA 10 would currently cost you around $13,500. Number 3 is from one of the first ever die cut sets, 1994 SP die cut. These were 1 per pack parallel, so you'd buy a pack and one of your cards would have the die cut there at the top. You can see 3 of the stars: Pedro Martinez, Cal Ripken Jr., and Derek Lee rookie. But really, there's only 1 card in this set that has any significant value, and that's the Alex Rodriguez rookie. PSA 10 copies currently listed in the SMR guide for $15,000, although my sense is it would sell for a lot more than that. Number 2 is another cool multi-autograph card, 1994 Upper Deck dual autograph of Mickey Mantle and Ken Griffey Jr., basically the 2 most popular players from their generation. Super impressive card, and obviously very tough to get. This card does not exist in a PSA 10. It's a Pop 0. There's only 1 copy of it in a PSA 9, and that card's never been sold. So estimating the value here, pretty tough. There was a PSA 8 that sold about a year ago for $8,000. So we're gonna roughly guess that a PSA 9 today would sell for around 20 grand, but if anything, that would probably be on the low side. And number 1, the only error to make the list, 1990 Topps Frank Thomas rookie, no name on front error. Probably the most famous error card in all the sports card hobby, if not number 1, certainly in the top 3 or so. And possibly rare card. This card's only been graded a PSA 10 1 time in history. That 1 copy actually sold roughly 10 years ago. It sold for $24,000. Today, who knows what it would go for? I'm gonna guess here $50,000, but that, if anything, could be extremely low. Who knows? That card might fetch, well into the 6 figures. Really not sure, but chances are it will never be put up for sale, so we'll never get to find out. So that's it. Thank you everyone for watching the multi-list video here featuring the most valuable baseball cards from the early 1990s. I have a bunch of these sort of videos, so please, like, thumbs up, subscribe if you enjoyed, and check out the rest of my channel. Have a great day, and stay safe, and see you again next time. Thanks, guys.